Hi everyone, it's Avril here. Great to be here with you today. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some nuggets of wisdom that might help you get beneath some of those excuses that you keep making in your life, particularly those big excuses that keep you stuck and keep you moving forward in life. You see, what I've found over the years working with clients and kind of looking at my own life and I guess working on my own stuff is that excuses show up all over the place and they often are a signal that there's something else going on underneath the surface of that excuse. They often show up as an easy way out of something, especially those big excuses that you keep making. You know, big excuses like, well, I've not really got the time to go and attend that seminar, or I've not really got the time to commit to, I don't know, doing an OU degree or whatever it might be. Often, the bigger the excuse, the more likely there is something hidden beneath its surface. And that thing that's hidden beneath the surface, I call shadow beliefs. But first of all, I want us just to explore what an excuse really is. An excuse really is a limiting belief. It's a belief that we have about ourselves that keeps us safe and keeps us protected and keeps us in this one place. And it really does stop us moving forward in our lives. An excuse keeps us from taking risks, keeps us from stepping out and often living the life that we really actually deep down inside desire to live. And we all have excuses and we all make excuses in our lives, and sometimes, those excuses are genuine. They're not excuses that hold us back, but it's being able to discern what the difference is. Is this actually something that's a fact? I cannot do this for this specific reason, or is there something deeper behind this excuse? And that's what I want to help you do today. I want to help you shine the light on maybe some of the excuses that are holding you back in your life, so as that you don't have to do anything about them. I'm not saying that, come on, get over your excuse and move on. But when you shine the light of awareness on something and it gives you a whole new perspective, then you can begin to choose to do something differently if you wish. And that's entirely up to you. But I just want to help you to shine the light on some excuses that maybe you're holding on to and have been holding on to for a long time, so as that if you wish, you can choose to do something different. And the best way to do this is to begin to reframe the excuses you make in your life. One big excuse that I've been making for a long time is about being fit and healthy. And when I had my youngest daughter, I kind of stopped lots of exercise and stuff. And for the last 7 years, I've kept making this excuse about going to the gym and getting exercise. I keep saying I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to get out there and exercise. And that's just my excuse, always. I'm too busy. I've not got the time. But deep down inside, I know there's something else going on in there. And when I began to shine the light on that, I began to realise that it absolutely had nothing to do with having the time. What was actually going on was that I felt selfish taking time out and going to the gym and exercising when I felt I should be dedicating every moment that I had available to looking after Ara. So I felt selfish putting my needs before hers. And that brought into awareness a limiting belief that's probably been with me my entire life. And that belief that I've been holding on to is that other people's needs are far more important than mine. And when I became aware of that, it made it far easier for me to take a step back and just observe it from a different perspective and gain a little clarity, I guess, on what was actually going on with that excuse. And I've not quite joined the gym yet, but watch this space. There may be a new, more lean me out there in the world. But now that I know that, I can no longer use that excuse because I know that's not true. I know what's really true for me is that I have this belief that other people's needs are more important than mine. But what I also know now, that this is in my awareness, that I've shined the light on this, is that that is not true. That is absolutely true. Nobody's needs are more important than my own needs. And quite the opposite, in fact. If we don't take care of ourselves, we cannot take care of other people. So I'm going to show you and explain what I do to shine the light on my own excuses. And the first thing that I do is I reframe that excuse or rephrase the excuse. And instead of saying something along the lines of, oh, I can't do that because I'm too busy, what I do is I say to myself, I'm resistant to doing that right now. And I rephrase the first part of it, and then I add on, I'm resistant to doing that right now because I believe I am too busy. And when you rephrase your excuse like that, I'm resistant to doing that right now because I believe I am too busy. When you rephrase it like that, you can then take a step back and ask yourself, is that true? Am I really too busy? And when you start to shine the light on that thing that you think you believe, you might begin to see something different. And excuses, just like beliefs, they are not true. They are absolutely not true. They are just things that we think long and hard enough to the point where we begin to believe them to be true. So when you take that moment to step back and shine the light on that belief that you have, I believe I am too busy, then you start to get a different awareness. And when that different awareness comes, that's where you can go next in order to help yourself move forward. So in the case of a client that I'd been working with her for quite some time, and it was really interesting because she would come along to the sessions and we'd do a bit of work, and she had this goal that something that she wanted to do, which essentially she wanted to get a better job and earn more money so she could take her family on holiday, because at that moment in time the work that she was doing really didn't pay her that much to give her some extra income to put aside to save to go on a family holiday. But she just kept making this excuse time and time again that she couldn't go and study for new qualifications because her job was so demanding, or she couldn't go and study for new qualifications because of childcare. She had like a ton of excuses that she kept bringing up in the sessions together that was actually stopping her getting a qualification which would have opened the door to her generating or having more income, being able to apply for jobs to give her more income. And one day I just challenged that, and I said to her, you know, you keep making this excuse. And when we started to shine the light on that excuse, and when I rephrased all her excuses back to her and said to her, right now, you're resistant to changing jobs because you believe you haven't got the time to go and study. And each time I did that, we started to uncover little layers of beliefs that were just hiding there beneath the surface. And as it all started to unravel, what we came to was that at school, she was considered a kind of below average learner, and all her teachers, and they weren't doing this, you know, to cause her harm or anything like that. It was what it was. There's no blame there. It just so happened that her teacher said that her concentration's poor and her language skills are poor, and on it went, and all these different report cards and parents' evenings. And that gave her a belief that she wasn't capable of learning. That gave her a belief that she was just below average in terms of her capabilities, in terms of her intelligence. And all her life, that has held her back. And while she hasn't always consciously been aware of it, it has stopped her. It stopped her from moving forward and doing things that she really wants to do with her life. One of which is to get a better job. The other is to earn more money. And the other is to take her family on a really nice holiday. And when we began to explore that, and she became aware of it, she was able to consciously begin to make different choices around the excuses that she was making, and also different choices around the way that she thought about herself. Because when she realised that that was just a belief that she had about herself, and not even one that she had created for herself, but one she had picked up from someone else, she realised that that wasn't true. And just like those excuses that she was making, this belief wasn't true about her either. So one of the ways that she was able to challenge that belief was that she went out to find evidence to support that she was a below average learner. So she took a moment, probably actually more than a moment, to step back in her life and look at all the things that she had learned and she had achieved so far, you know, and then she realised that in actual fact she was capable of learning. And that client of mine then went on and did more study, and she is now earning more money and managing to put savings away so that she can take her family on a lovely holiday that she'd always wanted to do. So when you can learn to understand what's going on behind those excuses, you really can begin to make a difference in your life. And at the end of the day, you don't have to do anything. You know, you don't have to change anything at all. It's just about stepping back in that awareness place and realising that there's something else going on in there. So, my tip for you, if you are making these excuses that are holding you back in life, and you want to experience something different, or you want to do something different, the first thing to remember is that these excuses aren't true of you right now. And all you need to do is take a step back and begin to shine a light on that excuse. Just shine the light on it and rephrase it. Reframe it, rephrase it, and say to yourself, instead of saying, oh, I'm too busy, I can't do that because I'm too busy, or I can't do that because I'm not clever enough or not pretty enough, or I can't do that because I'm too overweight, or whatever it is, or I'm too depressed or anxious. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these things, because there's nothing. That is how it is for you right now, and that's perfectly okay. But just rephrase it so that it sits differently inside of you. Right now, I'm resistant to doing that thing because I believe I'm too anxious, because I believe I am depressed, because whatever it might be, I believe I'm too old or not clever enough. And then when you step back and do that and shine that light of awareness in that way, you can then begin to make different choices. So what needs to happen? And you can go out there and begin to figure that out. And if you would like some help with this, please do get in touch. You know, as well as me being here in the group, I have a group full of lots of amazing coaches who do this work alongside me, who would be more than happy to help you. But equally, you can get in touch with me, and I'd be more than happy to help you work through some of this stuff. So, I hope that helps you get some clarity on some of those excuses. Let me know how you get on with this video, and if what I have shared has helped you. And even if it hasn't, give me your feedback. Good, bad, otherwise, I really don't mind, because I like to create these little videos and share all the little nuggets that I share in the group to help you. So your feedback means the world to me, because if I get your feedback, I can then make adjustments to make sure that the things that I'm sharing are helping you transform your life in the best way possible for you. And remember, there's nothing that you need to do. You don't need to rush out and fix all these excuses. I just want to help you move into this place of conscious awareness, so as you begin to get back into alignment with yourself again, because that alignment's always been there. So that's me. Remember, share your feedback down here in the post. If you have found this helpful and you want to share it with people that you think will also find it helpful, go share. Just get sharing it. Get the word out there and help other people in the process. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being in this awesome group, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.